Today we're going back to 1979, where a 16 by 16 pixel screen was all you needed to blow your mind. Welcome to Pocket Legion. Hi, I'm Chris, aka Plastic, and today we're going to be taking a look at a 37-year-old console. If I asked you what console was released in 1979, was designed by J. Smith, and only was on the shop shelves for 4 years, you'd know what I was talking about? No, you wouldn't. Today we're going to be taking a look at the MB Microvision console. So, for video game handhelds, this is pretty much where it all started actually. This guy, released in 1979, was the first ever handheld released with interchangeable cartridges. It was actually only on sale for about 4 years, although in that time it made $15 million, and Satoru Okada attributed the design and the success of this to the design of the Game & Watch console handhelds that became so popular with Nintendo in subsequent years. So let's take a little look at this guy. Beautiful big box again, you know, kind of typical of late 70s, early 80s products. You've got a huge, expensive cardboard box, loads of information. Oh, look at that. Actual in-game graphics. It's pretty rare to see that on a game cover these days. The same as the Select Game machine from last week. They pretty much have listed every game that ever came out on this. Or not actually. Actually, this came with a game that I can't find any reference to anywhere, so we'll take a look at that. Includes the fast action game cartridge of Blockbuster. So there you go, Breakout, by a different name. So yeah, MB had a similar kind of problem, which is what eventually killed this guy as the NTEC Select Game machine that came shortly afterwards, which was they really struggled for third-party support from first-generation console manufacturers. So, like Space Invader 2, they couldn't really do anything that people were playing in the arcades at that moment in time. Although they did actually get a Star Trek type video game. On here, I noted they've missed the Star Trek off. They've just noted it as Phaser Strike on here. We can look into that a little bit later. So, this is what the game cartridges look like. They seem to be pretty bare bones. They have the overlays built in. And something that actually I'm surprised has never been picked up since is every cartridge has its own unique controls, because all of the information and the ROM is actually on the cartridge itself. That's what the interface looks like up there. Okay, let's take a look at the console itself. A new concept in electronic gaming systems, a handheld console with interchangeable cartridges. A wide variety of cartridges available. 2 9-volt batteries required, not included. Now that's important, bear that in mind for a minute. What do we get inside this box then? Well, okay, here's our Blockbuster cartridge, and here's the console itself. I'll remove this super carefully. Quite nice this actually came with the original polystyrene. I mean, that's going to be around when we're all dead, so it's kind of nice that somebody kept it in one piece. Okay, here is the Microvision console. I'm pretty sure that's not going to cut it with the Nintendo seal of approval. Okay, so we've got a lot of tinfoil going on up here. And if you look up there, that's the connection for the pins where the cartridge goes in. Here is your 16 by 16 LCD screen. here is a pressure sensitive pad. So I haven't taken this guy apart, but just judging by the way it functions, I'm assuming that there's a matrix underneath here, so it's kind of an early touchscreen. And down here is a physical control, so that's going to be super useful for breakout. Here's our on-off switch, and some pads to play it. Press down on the table, because obviously this guy is pretty big to hold. This is a contrast control here. Serial number, made in the US of A. And okay, and a warning, right, of course. The liquid crystal display, hang on, let me just see if I can focus. The liquid crystal display is sensitive to extreme temperatures, especially to high heat in combination with high humidity. Well, we ain't playing this in Montreal in the summer. Be sure to read the instructions for cautions in using and storing your Microvision game. And then we have some really nasty, big, dirty Phillips head screwdrivers, because this was long before the days when they were trying to stop you opening these consoles up. Let's take a look at the battery compartment. Let's open this guy up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that looks to me as if these 4 AA batteries that I had ready to go in it would have fit nicely. No. Like me, you'd have been totally wrong. The first thing I noticed was there was only 2 contacts. Now, I'll show you why that was going. When I received this lovely console, and we'll have a look at the paperwork in a minute, there was this fantastic warranty letter inside here. We are sincerely sorry for the problems you've experienced with your electronic game. The Milton Bradley Company, over a period of 121 years, has built a reputation for quality and high standards. We will strive to maintain a quality product at a reasonable cost for our consumers. Enclosed with this letter, please find your repaired electronic game. We hope it will afford you many hours of enjoyment and entertainment. Well, thank you very much, Milton Bradley Company. But I did worry when I saw there were no other electrical contacts inside here, that there was a minor issue with this console. And then I noted on the box it required a 9-volt battery. Let's pop that guy in. Why, I hear you ask, does this have the battery here and a massive whopping space here? Well, a little bit more research took me back to a Milton Bradley kind of old historical website there, and it turns out that they originally did design this to take 2 9-volt batteries, which would have been amazing. The problem is the electronics at the time didn't really withstand that much energy being stored and passed around inside the console, and it was kind of prone to destroying the screen and catching fire. So the easiest and simplest way, because they'd already spent the money on tooling up for this guy, was just to simply remove the contacts and just say that's storage for another battery. Thanks, Milton Bradley, you guys are awesome. Okay, so I'm going to have to get this quite away from the camera for you to see the whole thing. It's really long. Let's, for comparison, here is a average human hand and wrist. It's the entire length of that. Here is our blockbuster game with its own controls. Not much going on in the back there. What else do we get in the box? We get a personal thanks from Milton Bradley, him or herself, for trying this product. Now, if you liked or disliked, will you tell us about it? It's long before Facebook there. I'm going to like this. So, they're interested in us filling this form out and returning it. Nice. Let's take a little look inside at some of the questions they might have asked us. No? Yes? No? Oh, the gum on the seal itself envelope has obviously picked up moisture out of the atmosphere. Be very careful and see if I can get this open. Okay. Your name, your street, your city. Are you male, female, single or married? Because this is an important thing with buying handheld games consoles. How many children do you have? Number and age. Did you see a TV commercial for this product? Did somebody buy it? I bought it. Somebody else did. Age, sex, relationship. Okay. And then lots more other interesting questions. Is this your first electronic game or toy? Well, I'm going to pretty much say yes, because there is absolutely nothing out there in terms of handheld games consoles at that moment in time. Here is a library of all of our games at our fingertips. Oh, awesome graphics as well. Connect 4. Bowling. I think we have that one. Bowling we have here. Oh, here we go. Star Trek Phaser Strike. Manual phasers. Take on a squad or a whole fleet of hostile Klingon ships. Okay. They haven't put the screenshot of that game. They put the screenshot of Breakout in there. Or Blockbuster, sorry. Pinball. Vegas slots. And Mind Buster. Oh, I'm looking forward to having my mind busted. Here we go. Lots and lots of information. None of it is important to us. And then right at the bottom of the box, after having my worry about batteries, I found this little guy. Inserting battery correctly, spare battery storage. And MK handwritten on the card. We will never know who you are, MK. Thank you for your Microvision. Right then, let's pop that out of the way. So, let's insert Blockbuster. This seems to be the primary game that this console was designed to play because it actually has the arcade wheel at the bottom here. So I'm going to put that in first. Clip down. We have our battery inserted. Turn it on. Balls 7, score ST. So we can change our number of balls here. 5, 3, 1, 9, 7. Speed ST, FT. Well, okay. And paddle. So we've got SD, ST, SD. Okay, sounds legit. Let's go. Okay, score 0. Okay, so you can probably see the paddle. The paddle is actually super responsive. Okay, I'm going to click go again, see if anything happens. There's sound. Holy moly. No, this is insanely difficult. So out of my 16 pixels, the bat is only 2 pixels wide. And the ball is really fast. Scored 1. Let's do this again. Let's just go. See if I ruin the settings. Okay, now I've got 3 pixels. No, this is insanely difficult. I remember growing up getting a lot of electronic toys and always being equally frustrated and kind of casting them off. I'd probably actually have a lot more toy handhelds now from my youth if they hadn't been so incredibly frustrating. Here we go. Balling. Well, I scored 8 and I'm totally done with that game. Right. So, there's like a sort of pressure release if you push down here. Now there's actually a French version of this, or I think it's French-Canadian version of this console as well. I actually also have one of those, and we'll review that another time. It's way more swanky than this. All of these have been resolved and are like slide switches. It comes in a red velour case. It's pretty amazing. Okay, and there's a lot less tinfoil on it as well. Like I say, tinfoil connectors up here. So baseball, for those guys out there who love their American sports. Bowling, for your good old boys. And here we have a game where there doesn't seem to be any reference to it on anything. Shooting Star, serial number 24704. This just happened to be in the box. Has a much nicer sticker on it than the other games. Let's just take a look at that. It's actually like a metallic sticker. The plastic, it feels different. It's kind of textured, whereas this is this horrific Formica feeling plastic. The buttons are actually like plastic indents that are hinged, which is a substantial markup than this weird membrane with the buttons that kind of push through the membrane, which is like sure to break really quickly. So let's try this out. I've literally never put this game in the console. Oh, it doesn't fit. Okay. Interesting. This cartridge, I've just realised, fits on the French-Canadian version of the same console. I should have noticed it when I was just looking around the cartridge there, but this actually has the smarter slide release switch on the bottom of it. So we'll take a look at that another time because there's still no reference to it I can find. Let's take a look at bowling and see if 10-pin bowling is as exciting on the Microvision as it is in real life. Okay, go. Players. 1. Speed. Slow. Let's go. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. I've got the hang of this. Right, the dial at the bottom does nothing. We've got our pins stacked up at the top of the screen here. And you can see the ball is moving backwards, and I think when I press the bowl button, it's going to bowl. Oh yeah, it's a 10 plus. Okay, nice. Nothing happening. Times 2. Here we go. $30 plus. Well, there is literally minutes of fun at Christmas playing bowling by Milton Bradley. Okay. You're pretty sturdy there, Microvision. It's time for you to be judged. Welcome back to the Pocket of Judgment. Okay. Let's take a little look at the portability and usability of the Microvision console. Okay, not bad, not bad. It fits. We're about. It's quite nice that both these logos stick out there so people can see you in public carrying around your Microvision console. So, of course, the Microvision came with its own pocket of judgment. Came with this tasty little leather number here, nicely embossed with the Microvision logo at the top. Let's just see how that fits in there. Oh, upside down because of the wheel. Slide that guy right in. Here we go. Now that is a tasty portable package. That is one belt loop short of being one of the best pockets out there. I'm going to give that a rating of tightly packed. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see reviewed next week, and please do comment on our Facebook page for a chance to win your own piece of handheld gaming history. Today's key is available here. It's a Fistful of Gun by Devolver, so have fun out there in the Wild West. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week.